right, move.
Get out of here. Come on. We got to start our video. We got to get rid of the guests.
Yeah. I don't know why they're all over the boat because we literally don't have any bait or anything smelly for them, but whatever.
Yeah, so we're up in Stuart today. We got a little bit of a late start because 95 was closed. So we're going to get right going.
Yeah, the highway slowed us down quite a bit.
And we picked up a bunch of shrimp at the Snook. We got a great giveaway from Hair Club. I'm going to tell you about it a little bit later.
Yes.
But right now, as you can see, it's pretty light and we got to get going.
Yeah. I'm literally still trying to wake up. Sorry, guys.
We've been up this floor. It's been 3 hours, so we got to go.
Let's get some cold air in my face.
Gotta wake her up.
Let's wake up. I gotta go. We made it to our first fishing spot. We're going down the river, and I just figured I would just throw on some structure here, so I'm gonna throw out a piling. And here's a juicy Snook shrimp we just got. And you can see here, this is a yellowtail jig, your standard little jig, and I'm just matching it to the size of the current, to the size of the bait I'm using, and also how fast the current is moving, which I have like no current right now. So this is how I like to rig this. Just take this live shrimp, pinch off his tail, just like that, easy. And then you're gonna take your jig, and what I like to do is I like to put it in the meat, the soft part, and then come up through the top. Just like that, and then I shove my jig in the body of the shrimp, and now it is completely hidden. So that is how I like to fish it. And of course, he's not gonna be able to flip anymore because his tail is gone, but at least he gets some of his shrimp scent into the water, and that's usually what attracts the fish over, and then he kind of just drifts naturally down to the bottom. All right, and so we're gonna send that out and see what happens. Like I said, I just wish the sun comes out because I'm a little on the cold side. Oh, hold on. Redo. Fish on. It's not big. It's shiny. It's a trout? I think it's a trout.
Ladyfish.
I don't know. I think it's a trout.
Catfish.
Looks like it's a trout. Yeah, it's a big trout. Yeah, buddy. All right. Hopefully I don't flip them off, unless you want to get the net. All right, guys, so what we did was we ran north since we have these crazy winds today, and the sun just finally came out, and I'm finally starting to warm up. So we came across this lagoon on the Fish Angler app. Download that, it's totally free. Check it out. But you can see here that we just started cruising along in this lagoon and looking for bait. And then all of a sudden we came across a ton of mullet in the area. And they're kind of right around where we just parked our boat. So we have mullet surrounding us. They started flipping all over the place. And when I noticed there was a big school of fish here, of mullet at least, that always tells you that's a good spot to fish, because where the bait fish are the predator fish as well. So I just put out a shrimp on that jig I showed you guys earlier when I was fishing the piling, and I just caught my PB trout. He's a little skinny. I think he looks a little skinny, but he's a big trout. Delicious. Look how big, at least 20-incher right there. That's a nice one. And lately, you can see right there, he's missing one of his top teeth. These guys are ruthless. But yeah, I just caught him literally 20 feet in front of the boat, so that was awesome. Right on the bottom with the shrimp. Let's catch some more fish.
Yeah, nice job, Darcizzle. You know, we're really trying to make Darcizzle a great fisherman. So really, I know, you know, so this is what we're doing out here, you know, or why, which is a very important question. You know, we checked the Fish Angler app as well as weather. So anyway, we checked the weather. It's blowing like crazy offshore, and we got a good moon phase. We like the new moon. It moves a lot of water. So
it's the best moon for inshore fishing.
Yeah, and so you can see the tides right here, and we got a minor coming up real soon. And all we did was we drove around, and there's a lot of mangrove, right? There's a lot of mangrove all over the place. And we stopped where we saw bait jumping, because the trout are underneath the bait, or the tarpon are chasing the bait, and we just got a trout.
Exactly, that's what I just said. That's basically what you gotta do, is you gotta look for the birds. If you don't see the birds, then actually look at the water yourself and find that bait, flip it. That's key to success.
So really, you know, we don't fish a lot of mangroves in these kind of areas. We don't have them by us, so we're really learning a lot. This is great, Sizzle, good job. So, and we got popping corks out with shrimp on them, and Darcy's just working another shrimp on a jig with no popping cork. So that's what we're doing.
All right, guys. So we're moving locations here. I'm coming around the point, and sure enough, I always spot some things hanging in the bushes or on bridges, and occasionally I get lucky and get like a lure or something cool, but I just got somebody's popping cork. It's mine now. These are like $5 in the store and looks brand new. And look, I even got his leader still. You got a little tiny J hook on there. Looks like it was just lost. but also a good way to clean up our fisheries. Don't leave your line and lures and stuff in the water. You can see this braid is like going all the way over here. See if I can get it off. No chance. Well, at least I can get some of the line out.
Get it, Sizzle, get it.
Got another one, got another one, got another one. Woo! He's close to not being a keeper. Brian's keeps. There's fish over here. It's just too rough for us.
We just doubled up on sheep.
Sheep's heads. Brian caught a bigger one than me. Woohoo!
All right, the fish with human teeth.
Yeah, there's mine. I'm letting mine go though.
Really?
Yeah, that's not.
Oh, yours is smaller.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I think it's a tiny. She let him go, so it's a little baby.
Yeah, little baby.
But we're over there by the power plant working those mangroves and looking for mother schools, and it just wasn't happening. Okay, it started to get late in the day, and so we decided to come on the other side. We're on the, where the heck are we?
We're on the west side.
West side of the,
Directly on the west side of the power
Indian
plant.
River, whatever, Fort Pierce, and just working some of these docks. And but the wind is coming right at us on this side. That's why we're on this side. So it's kind of rough and kind of the boat's not holding that well, but started picking up some fish.
You are catching fish.
Yeah, and she's using trip on a jig and I'm using a popping cork.
It's working. Now we see how long we can manage it over here because it gets quite frustrating fishing in wind like this.
Yeah, you know, it's like right at the limit of my trolling motor can hold, you know what I'm saying? And compared to Darcy, you know, she puts like a half a shrimp on there. I've been taking a whole shrimp and I just put this up through his head, through like the hard shell. Well, I messed that one up, of course, but just like that. And so that way he can kick. And sometimes they get bit off a lot like that, but it's just a different presentation. So, you know, when we fish other people, we always like to do different things.
Exactly.
So
Couldn't explain it better myself. Not a big sheep. A little bigger than yours, maybe. All right, when I set that hook into that fish, it really just, like for a second, my rod didn't move, and I was like, whoa, this is a nice fish. And then I finally pulled him up. But yeah, nice sheep's head right there. Probably a little bigger than Brian's. But,
no.
All right, we're gonna see how many more species we can catch. Besides, so far, only the sheep's head want to play, but they're quite delicious. No complaints there. But we can catch all kinds of things under the docks. That's the cool thing about dock fishing, is just you never know. The only way I think of it is that we run down to that bridge and we fish the outgoing, but like you said, it's not gonna start moving until we leave, but whatever. I mean,
It's also far.
I know, we still have to go that way. It's just
No, we
an
don't.
extra mile south.
Yeah, that's far.
We have a fast boat, but yeah. You
I
gotta
know,
go where you
but in
gotta
this
go.
weather, it's not enjoyable.
What?
In this weather, it's not going to be good.
Okay, so you don't want to do that, is what you're saying. We'll just finish out the day here on these docks.
I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
I know we broke off some fish in that boat right across the street there. So
The what?
I know we've got some good bites by that boat over there.
Okay.
It's not holding in there at all.
Whoa. That was a nice fish.
Told you.
That was cool. Woo! Come here, Snooky. Woo! All right, now the species. We're gonna pop them off here real quick and let them go. Nice Snook. Just jumped like a tarpon. Relax, dude. Relax, relax, relax. Relax. Let me open my bail. Come here, Snook. All right, look at that jig right in the corner. You just crushed that. Soon as that shrimp hit the water, it was like fish on, and we just moved to another dock. All right. Nice to see healthy little Snook like that. Look how gorgeous that guy is. Nice. Finally, another species. Took all day to catch Snook. Let's let him go. See ya, buddy. Oh, we just crushed it right there. Nice Snook. Oh, get over, get her. Come here, come here. Woo, she ain't done. £20. No. Ready? Woo! That's how you do it! That's how you do it! Whoa! Whoop that fish! Oh, that's a pretty fish. Oh, she just came out and crushed that too. That was so sick. I don't know, did you get that whole eat?
The whole thing.
Oh, that was so sick. I was pulling my line out because Brian had just cast it, and then I went and well, my line was underneath his on the bottom, and I was reeling it up to like clear his, and I just watched like this fish come out from underneath the dock and just crush it and then took off and run. And on this 20-pound leader, it's just scary fighting a big snook like this because they dart all over the place. She darted everywhere. I put my hand on the spool multiple times to stop her and turn her head because the second she gets under any one of these structures, which I'm surrounded by structure, she'd be off in 2 seconds. So that was literally like a battle to get that fish to the boat. That was so sick. Look at that jig right in the corner. That fish was not going anywhere.
All right, let's get it measured really fast.
We're gonna get it measured, yeah.
Okay.
I was just talking real quick.
I'm sorry. If she's not slot, I just want to get her in the water.
I know. You're right.
She looks really slottish.
She's gonna be really close.
She's very slottish.
She's gonna be very close.
She looks like a lot of slot.
Yes, she does. Let's get her on the sun side right there, where you're sitting.
Yeah, right here, or whatever.
Let's do it on the measure ruler. She's slot.
Let me see.
29. Pinch her. Oh.
What is break?
All right, we'll worry about it in a second. Let's do the fish. It's okay.
I think I just out of my rod.
It's okay.
Yeah.
She's slut. Almost 29.
Yep, almost 29.
We'll double check here. Baby, I got a slot. I'm so happy. My first slot of 2020. Just look how pretty that fish is. Let me get her in the sun.
Yeah.
She's just all gorgeous and lit up. We just want to take care of those fish right away and make sure, you know, if they're not slot, get them right back in the water. And I catch and release hundreds and hundreds of snook throughout the year. And you know what? When I catch a slot fish, I'm going to keep her. It's due to me. And so I'm going to also thank my dad today for sending me this slot.
Yeah.
Beautiful fish. Just keeper, just over a keeper, close to a 29 incher. We don't need much more than that for Brian and I. This is perfect. Beautiful. All right, snook catch and cook. What about that? Awesome. She's so pretty. She came from offshore, it looks like. Just really pretty colors, not dark.
Beautiful. Not
river dark, you know. Line sider. Crushed that fish. So lucky I got her in the boat. It was no joke. I'm just surrounded. Look at all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like just fought her within 10 foot of the boat the whole time. She just slapped the camera. In order to catch a slot snook, we have to lose a rod down. So a couple $100 in a rod that we got to go buy, but at least we caught a slot snook here. And this is the one and only time you'll ever see me hold a snook vertical because this is really bad for them if you're going to release this fish back into the wild. So this fish is going in my cooler though. So like I said, do not do this unless you're keeping the fish. So let's put her in the cooler. We don't have a whole lot in here other than that trout I caught this morning and those two sheepshead that we caught, so not a bad dinner. And now we got the snook and I want to bleed her. So these gills are really, really hard to rip. You can't really rip these gills. So the best way to do this, we have a ceramic knife from Smith Consumer Products, which is pretty sweet and a great little boat knife. And so you just cut her right down to center right there, okay? And she's already bleeding out. So that's how you would do it on the snook because you can't really rip these gill plates. They're just insane. So now she's gonna bleed out and it'll be a quick, painless death. And we'll get her on the ice and she is gonna give us a delicious dinner. So I am stoked. So that's how you would do it on snook. That's how you're gonna bleed them out. And these snook do live a while out of the water. So I recommend that you do bleed them out if you get a keeper, okay? That's gonna help them die quicker and not suffer. All right. Time to fillet up our beautiful snook. Before I do that, I just want to mention in the cooking portion of the video, we're going to tell you exactly how you can win a full day fishing trip with me on board. All right, so that's going to be in the cooking portion with pudding. But let's dive right into this fish. I just sharpened up my knives, make them extra sharp. And you can see that's that cut from bleeding that fish out. And they have crazy scales. So you always want to have that sharp knife. But I am very, very excited to have a delicious snook. Seems like there's been a lot of snook slot fish around lately. And I talked about this a little after we stopped filming, but I was telling you guys how crazy lucky it was to catch this fish surrounded by all that structure. And when this fish ate my shrimp on the jig, it kind of swam out of the structure, and the first run it took was away from the structure. And that was really the only reason I caught this fish. If that fish turned around and went right back into that structure, would have instantly broke me off in that 20-pound fluorocarbon leader I had. Even my braid is really thin too on that reel. So any kind of structure that fish would have hit, that fish would have been long gone. So I got super lucky catching this slot, and just everything worked out perfectly with that catch. That was amazing. And like I said, just constantly keeping that fish away from the structure and turning its head. And you really shouldn't put your hand on the reel like that, but I did it because it worked. So sometimes you just got to do what works. All right, so there is our fillet. You would think it reminds me a lot of triple tail because they have a really big head, and you think you get a lot more meat off this fish, but that's just really not the case. I mean, all this right here does not get eaten. So that is a huge fillet. I'm not complaining about the size. I'm just, sometimes you feel like you're gonna get more meat off a fish than once you fillet it and you see it and you're like, oh wow, it's not that much. Same with the triple tail, kind of very similar, just wide bodies, big bones, big head and gill plates. All right, so I just switched from my 7-inch to my 9-inch knife, just so I can make a clean cut here. And with snook, if you never had snook in your life, you always gotta make sure you have the snook permit, by the way, especially here in Florida on your fishing license. But you always gotta remove their skin. You can never cook them with the skin on. You know why? Because it'll taste like soap. That's where they got the nickname soap fish. And then we figured out once you take the skin off that that's not the case. It's absolutely a delicious fish. And I'm just going around these ribcage bones. I left a couple on the fillet there. Knock those out. Finish up the other side of this guy, and then I'll meet you guys in the house. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I'm wearing my snook pendant necklace that I sell on the website in honor of catching this slot snook too. So don't forget about all the sterling silver pendants on the website, all nautical cool stuff, as well as the fish hook and anchor bracelets. I just got a couple on today, but just wanted to show you that snook because I haven't worn that in a while. All right, so I'm gonna finish up this fish and then meet you guys in the house for the cooking with put-in portion of this video and tell you exactly how to win that fishing trip.
Thanks so much, Dust Sizzle. Another great job filleting that snook that you really pulled off in this video. You know, we weren't doing that great, and she pulled that snook out from under that dock and battled it, and it was totally awesome. Kind of saved the trip and got me some nice dinner. But thanks so much. And welcome, guys, to another edition of Cooking with Puddin'. Always something going wrong around here. Anyway, I got my nice pan you guys got me, all preheated at least. We know now. And we're doing snook in Puddin's famous sauce. Now, you may have seen this sauce before on the channel, but it's basically a butter and cream sauce. But let me get my fish started, and then we'll talk about it. For this, sometimes if I'm feeling a little bit off my diet, I'm gonna put some sort of coating on the fish. And today, I'm just doing a simple flour coating on it. That's gonna give it a little bit of crunchiness to go along with my nice sauce that I'm making, that I've made, or that we're making, whatever. All right, I got the oven heated up. I'm doing it in olive oil. That's gonna give me a little bit more heat and a little more crunchy on the edges, which again is gonna complement this delicious cream sauce. So I'm just gonna throw that in there. I'm gonna put a timer on. You know, it's 10 minutes an inch for fish, as I always say. I'm gonna put it on for 4 minutes and see how that goes. And while that's cooking, let's talk about this delicious sauce. Now the sauce is basically, it's a cream and butter sauce, okay, and wine if you like. And here's how it goes. First, you're gonna get your nice pan, and you're gonna get some olive oil in there, and you're gonna dump in your onions and your garlic, and you get those sauteed up a little bit, get them nice and soft, okay? Then we're gonna take some wine. Now, I'm no wine specialist, I'm just gonna use this, basically wine my aunt was drinking. I had to grasp it out of her hands before she drank the whole thing. She was hiding it under her bed. And so put a little wine in here, and you're gonna wanna reduce that 50%. When that's done reducing 50%, you're gonna put in your butter and your cream. Now, I don't really measure any of this, but the gist of it is you want your butter and cream to determine how much you're gonna make overall. So I was making a little bit extra today, so half cream and half butter is the main ingredients. I did about a cup of each, okay? And that's heavy cream. You're gonna bring that to a little bit of a boil, keep stirring it. Really just depends how thick you want it. You're gonna add your salt, your pepper, whatever seasonings you want. I might throw in a little sugar. You can also put asparagus pieces in this. You can put sun-dried tomatoes. You can do all kinds of stuff, okay? And that's gonna be the sauce. And thanks to movie magic, the fish is done. Sizzle, come take a look at this. Look at this fish, guys. Looks great, right? Now what we like to do is put it over asparagus. Sizzle, come right over here. Look at this, gentlemen. We are doing something good.
And
now,
ladies.
And ladies, look at this, guys. How's that? Does that look good? Nice. All right, bring it up though, Sizzle. They want to see me. Oh, I got things going wrong, of course. Let's bring it to the table and see how Sizzle loves my delicious meal. All right, Sizzle. Tell me how you like it.
He's wearing his official jacket today.
I went all out for you guys today.
He hasn't worn it in a lot of videos.
I know, we're always in such a rush, and sometimes I just put the hat on, and I apologize, but today, for Puddin's Famous Sauce, I wanted to do the whole thing. And yes, we have a cookbook coming out.
Yes.
Darcy's sister is diligently working on it, but you know, they have babies and stuff.
Yes.
So anyway, we're trying, okay?
Coming your way real soon, promise.
But let's get to the exciting stuff. How to win a full day fishing trip with Sizzle, and I'm gonna be there filming it too. We've gotten together with our great sponsor, Hair Club, and we're giving away a fishing trip. Again, it's full day. It's with the best, one of the very best fishing charter captains in all of Stuart. So we're gonna have a fabulous day and put you guys in the video. Here's all the information. You can, obviously all the information will be in the description below. You're gonna click that and you can go to the Hair Club website and you're gonna fill out the information. Right?
And it's mostly for Floridians, right?
Yes, I wanna make sure you guys read the rules because there are some restrictions. I
Right.
apologize, well I don't apologize, but there are some restrictions, okay?
Yes.
And so it's regional and it's for you and a friend. And you have to get a consultation, but it's very simple. And you know, a full day fishing trip in the ocean, you know, that's like a $1,400 value. And we're gonna be with Darcy, and we're gonna just have an effing fabulous time. Okay, so
Yes. You guys are always asking how you can fish with me, so here is your chance.
Here's your chance.
Do not miss out.
Yeah, don't miss out.
If you are able to, please go ahead and sign up for that down below. All that information will be there, and we'll have a blast.
Yeah, we can't wait to go fishing with you guys, and
Yes.
you're going to learn a ton. It's not just going to be fun; it's going to be educational.
Yeah, exactly. This is out of this world, amazing, of course.
It's so good.
It doesn't get much better.
No.
You know, snook are, you know, you can't buy a snook anywhere in the United States. You have to go out and catch your own snook, and that has to be a keeper size within, you know, when the season's opened and whatnot, and the season's closed throughout the year. So, again, like, you only can have this fish if you catch it on your own, and that's why it's so amazing and a protected sport fish. So.
Is this the best famous sauce I've ever made? This is like
Very
a delicious.
good. Very good.
Literally ridiculous. I've really outdone myself again. Mm-hmm. And the little crunchy on the outside with just that flour just makes it a really super nice texture.
So good.
You all set to wrap it up, Sizzle?
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much.
don't
All right,
forget,
guys.
Yeah, don't forget about Hair Club. I gave you a lot of information on Fish Angler. I've really been getting into that app, and I'm really starting to really like it.
It's awesome.
I'm serious. I'm going to go over it more with you guys later.
Yeah.
And the jewelry, that's it. Until next time.
Follow your dream.
And keep on catching.
Cheers.
Now, I honestly have been using that app more, and it's literally, I mean, I'm not, you know, I don't like apps or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's really great.
Like the tides?
It has everything. Like you can, like it's really in, like.
They've integrated a ton of stuff in the last couple months.
I don't even know.
Like all these hooks, like every kind of like product is on there now. Too.
Yeah, that's not even the important part. I've learned how to use the filters in the map a lot better.
Filters for like what? For like.
I'm gonna show you.